Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Quest for Knowledge. Today we are going to learn 2nd PUC English Chapter 5 A Sunny Morning written by Serafin and Joaquinalvarez Quintero. About the authors: Serafin 1871 to 1938 and Joaquin 1873 to 1944 Alvarez Quintero were Spanish brothers. They were known as Golden Boys of Madrid theatre. They both were celebrated playwrights of the early 20th century. Together, these brothers have written about 200 plays that gives us the picture of life, manners and speech of the people of their native Andalusia in southern Spain. Their popular comedies, many of which have been translated into other languages, contributed to the revival of Spanish theatre. The Flowers, The Merry Heart, 100 Years Ago, The Galley Slave, and The Apple of His Eye are some of their popular plays. Let's get to know the summary of this play. So, in this play, there are four characters, that is Donna Laura, Petra is Donna Laura's maid, Don Gonzalo, and Jonito. Jonito is Don Gonzalo's servant. So, this story play, A Sunny Morning, revolves around Don Gonzalo and Donna Laura, who in their youth were passionately attached to each other. A cruel blow of fate separates the two forever. And they do not recognize each other when they meet in a park in Madrid on a sunny morning after several years. But as they begin to talk in earnest, they realize that they are protagonists of the original love story. But the usual reunion of the long lost lovers does not take place here, as both of them are unwilling to disclose their real identity since they are both sadly changed. So, A Sunny Morning is a short one-act play by Serafin and Joaquinalvarez Quintero, the two renowned Spanish dramatists, and it is a romantic comedy that presents the story of Don Gonzalo and Donna Laura, who loved each other in their youth but were forced to separate in life. So, the play is set on a bright sunny morning in a peaceful park in Madrid. The atmosphere of the park plays a significant role in creating the setting for a surprising and nostalgic encounter, that is, a sudden meet between two elderly individuals. On a sunny autumn morning, in a quiet corner of a park in Madrid, Donna Laura, a very pretty white haired lady of about 70, refined in appearance, is feeding pigeons in the park, and Don Gonzalo, a gentle man of 70, is gouty and impatient, enters. Their servants, Petra and Donna Laura's maid, and Juanito come and go nearby. So the conversation between the two 70-year-olds begins sarcastically, with each accusing the other of encroaching on the private space. The play opens when Don Gonzalo, an elderly man, enters the park with the intention of reading. However, he becomes irritated when he finds that the usual bench of which he will sit is being occupied by pigeons and a caretaker. Grumbling and annoyed, he is forced to sit on another bench which is partly occupied by Donna Laura, an elegant and outspoken old lady. First encounter and verbal duel. So the first interaction is marked by sarcasm and wit, that is intelligence. Both Don Gonzalo and Donna Laura are proud and stubborn, and they exchange humorous but sharp comments towards each other. Despite the tension, their banter is light-hearted and entertaining, showcasing the playwright's talent for humor and characterization. Revelation of the past. As the conversation progresses, they begin to speak about their past. through subtle hints, very light hints, and shared the memories. They realized that they were once lovers in Valencia many years ago. Don Gonzalo was a gallant young man, and Donna Laura was a beautiful woman admired by many. However, the circumstances, situations, and misunderstandings had separated them. Now, let us know about the creation of fictional identities. That is, Donna Laura and Don Gonzalo create fake identities to conceal their original identity. So, interestingly, while boasting about his keen eyesight, Don Gonzalo incidentally mentions the name of some famous Spanish literary figures. Then he states that he was a great friend of Campomer in Valencia and also reveals that he was a native of Valencia. And they create fictional stories. This is how they created fictional stories. And after all this, Don Gonzalo claims that he knew the young man who went to war and died, and Donna Laura says the young woman became a nun. This allows them to preserve and protect their dignity and avoid confronting the pain of the past. So, the conclusion and the message of this play is that the play ends on a pleasant and humorous note, as both the characters Don Gonzalo and Donna Laura part with smiles and laughter. A sunny morning very subtly highlights themes of lost love, aging, pride, and the power of memory. It shows how people may use imagination and humor to cope up with the realities of life and create comfort in their old age. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.